So we're on. Let me just double check that we're on here.
I don't see where the number would have been.
We're live. Hi, minor technical difficulties. I'm Dr. Todd Royce. You've joined us live on location at Country Organics. So thank you for joining us. We are here with the illustrious Sam and Leah Fury, and they are the proprietors of this establishment, and it is a wonderful establishment. So these are amazing, wonderful people. They are only 20. Are you still 24?
I'm 24.
She's
25.
He just turned 25. 24-year-old, 25-year-old entrepreneurs who really, really care about people and who have come to open this amazing business to be able to serve humanity with wonderful, amazing food. And we're going to get into what makes them tick, what makes this place tick, and how they can help you. Now, since I ain't talking about me, I can tell you how great this place is because it ain't bragging if I'm talking about them, right? So we're going to find out what makes them tick. And so without much further ado, I live for ado, and my whole life is talking and ado, I guess. So what makes you guys tick? First of all, where are you guys from? I already know, but they're going to answer that.
I'm from Minnesota.
And I'm from Wisconsin, so we're both from the Midwest.
Midwest, and they might have to speak up because the microphone might not pick that up. They got to speak with some power, right? Okay, good. So they're from there. So what made you guys move to Redding?
Definitely a mixture of a few things. The mountains for sure, but the good produce that we have out here. Definitely, we're foodies for sure.
There's not a lot of options in the Midwest, and you look at the produce and it's kind of shipped from California, so we thought, why not move to the place where it actually grows, and we can be a part of that.
To the source of it. Awesome. They are mountain people, by the way. Just, was it last weekend or the weekend before that was Hood?
2 weekends
Two weekends ago. They climbed Mount Hood. They got how close to the top?
800 feet.
800 feet from the top. They had to turn back. This weekend they're climbing Mount Shasta. They live for adventure. They live to be outdoors. Every weekend they are outdoors doing something amazing, unless they're moving or doing something crazy. Like they're always doing something. They're some of the highest energy people I've ever met. And so what do you guys like about climbing?
We love the outdoors. Just to get away from life in the sense of the fast-pacedness, and just to be out in the wild, to smell the fresh air, and to push ourselves to the limits in a way where we're basically one with nature.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's good to get in exercise, even though we're standing for 12 hours a day. It's really nice to challenge your body in another way. It's a really good workout hiking, and it's a lot of fun. It can be very social too if you do it with your friends, and we've got a lot of good buddies that go with us, so it's a way that we keep in touch with people as well. So
Awesome. I love the pace of nature, that just like you said, when you're grinding and you have all these lights and cameras and just things around you that just remind you that nature moves at a lot slower pace, and when you can hear the birds and just see the glory of nature around you, it moves at a much different pace, and it helps me to just help my body and my mind chill out a little bit. If you've been around me a while, you know I don't chill out very often. So, right? So when I called you today to order the wrap, she made me the most awesome vegan wrap. They make wraps here that are absolutely delicious, and I came in, I had to eat. I'm a foodie too, and I love to eat. And so this most glorious wrap was made for me right when I got here. I sat down. It was just absolutely glorious. But more on that in a moment. So what's been one of your favorite hikes since you got up here?
Definitely Mount Eddy. Mount Eddy is the second tallest peak right across from Shasta, and it is amazing. It's out there all on its own, and there's amazing lakes just to go and camp out by. It's great.
Which direction is Eddy from Shasta?
So it's to the east, west.
No, it's west. Yeah,
of Shasta.
it's west.
I pretty much always confuse west and east. I have to really think about
I'm
west
looking
and
at
east.
the sun right now, and
Yeah,
that's west.
That is definitely
So
west. Yep,
that's how I knew.
That reminds me of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the four Pevensey kids. I've read those books to my kids 8 times. And Lucy, the coolest character in all of Narnia, says, which direction is it? I can never remember. And her brother Edmund says, that's the trouble with girls. They never carry a compass around in their head. And And Lucy says that's because there's something in our heads. She burns Edmonds. Anyway, that's a good one. So, but I can't remember my east from my west. So awesome. So what do you guys love about what you do here? You work super, super hard. There are lots of other things you could be doing with your time and energy. What do you love about Country Organics?
Well, like we said, we're foodies. We love food, but even more than that, we love food that makes us strong, that makes us feel good, that is good for the environment and for our health. And Country Organics really brings all aspects of that. So we're passionate about finding the best food that we can find. We have a small store, but everything that we have, we've done research on.
Yeah, I've known that I always want to help people in a physical way. I didn't really know what that would look like. Then we were asked to buy the store, and we bought the store, and I realized that I was helping people in a physical way, because if you don't have your needs met physically first, you can't address anything that's mental or emotional or anything like that. So we want to get people into a good physical state so that they can make the rest of their lives better.
Amen to that. So as you may know on camera, and I know you two know, my wife Dee was diagnosed with cancer now 4 years ago. And she was already really, really into health. She took really good care of herself. But she really, really had to go to the next level. And when you have to know, when your survival depends on it, you have to know where your food comes from. Yep. And we've spent a heck of a lot of time. We know the Furies well. They know us. We spend a lot of time in here because this is where you really know where your food comes from. And you'd think that you come to a place like this, a small store. I used to think, well, it's going to be crazy prices. Everything's going to be $9 for a pound of lettuce or something. It's not the case. Their prices are super, super fair. They're comparable to certainly anything organic anywhere else. But when you get produce here, you know where it comes from. I was just talking to Leah before we started this. All the produce that comes from local sources. You're not going to get local bananas because bananas won't grow here, but they are organic because that's all they have here. I don't want to make those crooked or anything, so because it's so beautifully displayed. But when you come here, you know what you're getting, and it's not. You don't have to necessarily feel like your survival depends on that meal, like my wife has felt before. But your long-term survival certainly depends on what you do day to day. And we were talking before this that you heard that Oreos are what?
They're vegan, but I don't understand what's in them. If you're putting food in your body that you don't know what it is, it's not plant-based, it's just a little bit scary what we've come to be okay with putting in our bodies, not really knowing what it is. And we've definitely changed our lives a lot, and we feel the difference and we see the difference, and I would never go back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dee and I were joking earlier that a kid from next door came over to our house last night and he brought some Skittles and he was feeding them to the dog. And so, to our dog. And we're like, why are you feeding them to the dog? And the joke is that a kid's chowing down Doritos and then he gives one to the dog and the mom says, don't give those to the dog, that's bad for the dog. Like it's great for the kid, but it's bad for the dog. And we love dogs, we're dog people. But yeah, it's pretty crazy what we've done. So that brings up, so the Furies are vegans. And so that's an amazing thing because Dee is a vegan. They aren't, and forgive me for putting thoughts in your hearts, but they're not vegans who think everyone has to be a vegan. They've just made that choice for themselves. So they carry organic grass-fed meats and healthy wild-caught salmon and bone broth and things here because they believe for some people they should eat meat. But what everyone agrees on is people should eat, rhinos eat, lots and lots of vegetables. On 3 vegetables. 1, 2, 3. Vegetables! Everyone should be eating tons of vegetables, and everyone agrees, but nobody's doing it.
Right.
That's why for our rhinos, we pin them down and we force feed them No, I'm just kidding. We don't quite do that. But it's sort of close. So that brings up the quiz for the day. Now, every day in our Lunch and Learns, we have a quiz, and the prize for today is a Country Organics variety box. So one of the best things that they do, it's hard to get out and shop. How many of you know, raise your hands online, is it hard to get out and shop all the time? You can't always get there. They deliver right to your door. friendly delivery people who you know their name. They will deliver boxes of whatever you want, but they also have variety boxes that they pick for themselves. So if you saw the Lunch and Learn last Thursday, we made a glorious salad based on everything came from them. It was wonderful, beautiful. That box was incredible. So a free variety box to the person who can name what movie this is from. I'm going to set the scene a little bit without giving away too much. A man named Curly, he's a cowboy, old school cowboy, lives out on the range, and he dies in the middle of the movie. And he's kind of the leader, so everyone's like, what are we going to do? He dies, and one of the main characters says, the man ate bacon at every meal. You can't do that! And when I told Leah that earlier, she agreed you cannot eat bacon at every meal. You can, you'll just have a lot fewer meals in your life. You catch my drift?
Very true.
So, very true. So what movie does that come from? The first person to comment what movie that comes from wins a free variety box from Country Organics. So, anything else you guys want to express about who you are, what you believe, before we take a little tour of the store?
I guess maybe talk a little bit about our organic gluten-free deli. It's one of our favorite aspects of Country Organics is making prepared foods. Like Sam said, we're foodies, and we want to bring what we would eat to other people. So all of the wraps and the salads that we offer are completely gluten-free and organic. We have vegan options. We do have meat and cheese options as well. But that keeps us really busy throughout the day, and I wish more people knew about it, because everyone who comes in and tries it said, I've never heard of this before. Why have I never heard of you before? And they keep coming back for wraps and salads, and we love making them for people.
So what, I noticed it says gluten-less on the form there. Does that mean that there might be gluten 6 blocks down, so you can't say gluten-free because it's not certified, or what does that mean?
We use all certified gluten-free ingredients, but we make the tortillas here in-house, and the tortilla itself is not certified gluten-free. We'd have to submit like an application for it to be approved.
Right.
So all of the ingredients are gluten-free. We have people who are celiac who come here and feel safe and eat our food. So there's no contamination. You don't need to worry about that.
Beautiful, but Big Brother can't say gluten-free unless they come and charge it $17,000 to put gluten-free on there, right? Right,
Yeah.
which would make them charge exorbitant amounts for their produce, which is against everything they believe in.
Right.
So how about you, Sam? What is one of the favorite things about your ministry here?
Definitely the wraps, but I would also say the delivery service. To be able to bring good produce to our customers, to people all over. Today I just drove to Bernie, to the people all the way up there who they find it hard to get down to Reading, and we get to bring them a box of produce every other weekend. And then all over Reading, Palisadro, down to Red Bluff. So yeah, I would definitely say being able to bring produce around to the surrounding areas and be able to give them the best that we possibly can.
So if you're watching now, so you basically they bring you a box of sunshine. So if you've studied plants much, plants are stored sunlight energy. And we talked last Thursday a lot about eating a rainbow every day as much as possible. That wrap you made me was a rainbow in a wrap. It was a miracle. There was cheese in it, even though there wasn't, right? I swore there was cheese in there.
It was our vegan dill ranch.
Vegan Dill Ranch. Vegan Dill Ranch, they call it. It was magnificent. They are foodies in a sense that sometimes you go and you eat really healthy food that tastes like cardboard slathered with dust. Right? This is not that, I promise you that. I'm a major foodie. So this is great food. So how do they get this delivered? How do I get that goodness in me? How do they get a box delivered? How would they contact Country Organics?
Just go onto our website, which is going to be countryorganics.net, and the website is changing here, but in the meantime, that is the website. Go on there and look at the boxes that we have. We offer 6 different boxes, and we'll have a tentative menu of what we're going to have in the next week. And go ahead and just type in what you would like, give us all your information, and we'll give you a call.
Excellent. So we're going to take a tour around the store to show you some of my favorite products, and I'll learn something about the products that they're carrying as we go, because I'll be asking questions. So Come along, let's take a walk. See, now normally we would edit this out and take the walk out and stuff, but it's live, so what are we going to do? Okay, so flipperoo. Okay, so here we have, what do you call this section? You might call it a pharmacy.
Yes.
We call it a pharmacy.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
Produce.
So lots of essential oils over here and healthy things that you can nutrify your body with. Amazing, amazing. Made with Love makeup. These are organic makeups with natural clays and things. I don't know a whole lot about makeup for obvious reasons. So they have lots of, why don't you guys describe instead of me describing?
Right. So we have lots of snacks that are going to be all organic. These guys are from Ashland. It's the best granola that we can possibly find. It's all raw, which is amazing. And yeah. And then also we got dried fruits over here. Some of the best dried fruit you can get for sure.
We have my
And of
backpack that I
course-
left a mess on the floor as I usually do. Sorry.
Right, and then we got all your good sweets here, your chocolates, all of course organic. And dark chocolates.
Yes,
My favorites.
dark chocolate's the best.
Then we got flowers, we got local oils right here, and then dried beans and Himalayan salt and Celtic sea salts.
And if you haven't seen the picture where Will Ferrell holds a box of flowers, Flours, and he says, "But I got you flowers." Anyway, you need to see that. But to me, that's really funny. I like Will Ferrell. So this is meats, right? Mostly meats.
Meats, we got tempeh, we even got veggie burgers right in here, bone broth. We got sustainable caught salmon from a local fisherman who actually is just heading up there to get more salmon.
Awesome. So just as an example, how much is that salmon per pound? Do you guys know offhand?
No, I think it's $15.99.
$15.99 or so a pound. You would easily pay that for farmed salmon at Safeway if you follow prices. Easily, but it's not nowhere near the quality. So what have we here?
So we got a mixture of a lot of things on this shelf. We got Straw House Coffee, some of the best coffee around right out of Trinity County. If you've ever been up to Straw House Resorts, this is their coffee. We also got Mount Shasta honey, which they have a variety of different honeys, some of the best honey again. We got peanut butters and jams and teas.
This nutso stuff is unbelievable. You have to try it.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
discovered that for you guys, didn't I? Sort of.
You did.
I ordered it
You
through you.
discovered
Yes.
that for us.
Nice.
What's nutso?
And then a variety of your grains and beans and such. By the
Exactly.
way, if you don't know this, you have to soak your grains in your nuts before you eat them, but that's another episode. Okay, so let's look at the produce,
The heart of the store.
the heart of the store.
Yeah, so as you can see, we got a variety of different things on the shelf. We got the kale, carrots, beets. We got fennel. I don't know if any of you guys eat fennel, but it's amazing.
Super good in salads. You don't need dressing if you put fennel in there.
Right.
Salad, soup. It's great.
Yeah. And then here we got some asparagus, eggplant, red kale, cabbage, and local radishes right down there, which are actually right from Shingletown. Over here we got some microgreens right from Reading, basil from Reading. We also have the nice fresh carrots right at the bottom, and of course the mushrooms. And then looking
And
up
hang
this
on,
way-
sorry, real quick. Are you out of? You said you saved for Dee. You saved the moose. This moose they make is unbelievable. When Dee really wants a treat, she is on that moose like flies on moose. So
Yeah.
anyway, so
good.
you've got to try that chocolate mousse. Describe it real quick. What is it?
It's a cashew-based mousse. It has cacao powder and coconut sugar and vanilla. Pretty simple, honestly. We blend it all up and then we let it set, jar it, or we serve it in the deli. It's fantastic. It sells out.
Honey, I get a bite of that when we get home. Okay, so normally up here is the greatest chocolate you've ever had in your life. This I don't remember what it's
Honey
called.
Mamas.
Honey Mamas. It's beyond belief. They're out. They ordered it last week. They normally ship faster, but sometimes these artisan things we don't always get them right away, right?
You have to
And
wait
then-
for the good stuff.
organic raw milk before Big Brother makes it illegal and comes and handcuffs all people involved with raw milk. And then the best eggs ever.
Which are from Reading.
Ever from Reading, all organic, so super amazing. And then this is where the magic is made for wraps. See the gluten-less word, which means, again, Big Brother didn't certify it, but it's still amazing. And then Roots Juice Bar is located conveniently in here as well for when you want an amazing juice. So I order a juice, and then I go shop, and then my juice is ready by the time I'm done. And then I go home and I juice more. So anyway, these breads. Oh my gosh, if you can handle a little bit of gluten in your life, these breads are the greatest thing in the world. If you're ever going to eat wheat, sourdough is the way to go, because the process of souring the dough helps the body process it much better. It breaks down a lot of the proteins of the gluten, so it's much healthier for you. The cranberry walnut it's just beyond belief. Yep. It's beyond belief. This is my box that I get to take home for later. A whole bunch of cool stuff in there, because you can't come here for an interview and leave without grub. So that is pretty much it. I'm gonna go grab a Country Organics hat because I've wanted one of these forever, and I'm now proud new owner of that one. Oops. Stick myself with a pin. Okay. Yes. So from Country Organics here on the farm, right near the farm, it's me and Sam and Leah Fury right here. So, with my trucker hat here. So, thank you for joining us here on Dr. T Live Lunch and Learn. Tonight it's Dinner and Learn. So, we'll see y'all tomorrow, and come on in and shop at Country Organics. Remember, go to countryorganics.net, and y'all can get you on a produce delivery service. Have an amazing evening. Thank you, Sam and Leah.
Thanks,
right.
guys.
Thank you.